Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Sri Caitanya Caritamrita. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we are reading from Adi-Lila, chapter 5, text 121. Sahasra Vadane Kare Krishna Gunagan Niravadi Gunagana Antanahipan. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. With his thousands of mouths, he sings the glories of Lord Krishna. But although he always sings in that way, he does not find an end to the qualities of the Lord. So Shesha, Ananta Shesha, we were hearing how he has thousands of hoods. So because he has thousands of hoods, he has thousands of mouths. And what is he doing with the thousands of mouths? He's singing the glories of Krishna. And even though he has thousands of mouths, and even though he's singing the glories of Krishna since time immemorial, he is still continuing to chant the glories of the Lord. Because Krishna is unlimited, so his qualities are unlimited, his glories are unlimited. And Ananta Shesh, he has been chanting the glories of the Lord and continuing to chant because it's unlimited. Sanakadi Bhagavata Shune Yanra Mukhe Bhagavani Raguna Kahe Bhashe Prema Sukhe. The four Kumaras hear Srimad Bhagavatam from his lips, and they in turn repeat it in the transcendental bliss of love of Godhead. So we heard when we were reading Bhagavatam, the point where Maitreya Muni was saying, how did he hear the Bhagavatam? So we see that Bhagavatam is always heard in disciplic succession. That is the way to hear Bhagavatam, in discipline. So Maitreya Muni was saying, oh, I heard it from, I think he said Parasara Muni, who had heard it when the four Kumaras were speaking, and four Kumaras, they heard it from Sankarshan himself, from Lord Ananta himself. So then Chatra Paduka Shaya Upadhan Vasana Arama Avasa Yagya Sutra Simhasana. He serves Lord Krishna assuming all the four forms: umbrella, slippers, bedding, pillow, garments, resting chair, residence, sacred thread, and throne. So Balaramji, he wants to serve Krishna so much. He wants to serve Krishna. So what he becomes Krishna's umbrella, Krishna's slippers, his bed, his pillow, his clothes, then his chair that Krishna rests on. Krishna's where the place where Krishna lives, Krishna's sacred thread, and his throne. So these 9 items. This is how, because Balaram, he wants to serve Krishna more and more. So anything, so our umbrella, our slippers, our bed and pillow, these are made of matter, right? They're made of different combinations of earth, water, air, fire, ether. But what about Krishna's umbrella, slipper, bedding, pillow, garments, resting chair, residence, sacred thread, and throne? They are not like ours. This is Balaramji himself. So it is all transcendental, spiritual, transcendental, not material. Our umbrella is material. Krishna's umbrella is not material. It's Balaramji himself. That's the point. Eta murti beda kare, Krishna seva kare, Krishnera Shesha tapana, Shesha nama dhare. He is thus called Lord Shesha, for he has attained the ultimate end of servitude to Krishna. He takes many forms for the service of Krishna, and thus he serves the Lord. So Shesh, what does he want to do? He wants to serve and serve and serve the Lord. That's the reason he's called Sheshnag. He wants to just continue to serve Krishna, and he expands himself in so many ways so he can serve Krishna. Seta Ananta Yanra Kahi Ekakal Yena Prabhu Nityananda Ke Jane Tanra Khela. that person of whom Lord Ananta is a kala, or part of a plenary part, is Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who therefore can know the pastimes of Lord Nityananda. So, Ananta, so we have been hearing about Ananta Shesh, right? And how he's doing these services for Krishna. He's becoming Krishna's, all these 9 items, umbrella, bed, pillow, clothes, sacred thread, and so on. Also, he's holding the universes on his head with his thousands of hoods. He's speaking the glories of Krishna. He's also become he's the super soul in the heart of every living entity, the super soul in every atom of the universe. Now, where is this Lord Ananta coming from? Shesh is coming from. He's a kala. He's a plenary part. He's a part of a plenary part of Lord Nityananda. He's an expansion of Lord Nityananda, a kala. So who can understand the pastimes of Lord Nityananda? Say, E sabha pramane jani Nityananda tattva sima tanha ke ananta kahi kitanra mahima. From these conclusions, we can know the limit of the truth of Lord Nityananda. But what glory is there in calling him Ananta? Athava bhaktera vakya mani satya kari sakala sambhavetante yate avatari. But I accept it as truth because it has been said by devotees. Since he's the source of all incarnations, everything is possible in him. So we can see now how so detailed Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gave us that all these incarnations, all these expansions, Ananta, unlimited, Ananta Shesh is called, right? Ananta Shesh also. He has unlimited hoods. He does unlimited service to Krishna, Ananta. And then he's the source of all incarnations. So anything is possible. That's the super excellent position of Lord Nityananda. Avatar, avatari, abeda ye jane, purve yaiche, Krishna ke keho kaho karimani. They know that there is no difference between the incarnation and the source of all incarnations. Previously, Lord Krishna was regarded in the light of different principles by different people. So the avatar and avatari. Avatar is the incarnation and avatari is the source. So the source is Krishna and avatars are the different incarnations. Today is the Ram Navami. So Lord Ramachandra is an incarnation. There is no difference between Lord Ramachandra and Krishna, but yet Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead and all incarnations are coming from him. Keho kahe Krishna Sakshat Nara Narayana, Keho kahe Krishna Haye, Haya Sakshat Vamana. Some said that Krishna was directly Lord Narnarayan, and some called him Lord Vamandev incarnate. So some call Krishna took incarnations of Vamandev. We are going to hear in Bhagavatam the pastime of Vamandev and Bali Maharaj. And then Narnarayan rishis in Badrikashram. So these are all incarnations of Krishna. Keho kahe Krishna Shiroda Shai Avatar Asambhavana He Satya Vachana Sabha. Some call Lord Krishna an incarnation of Lord Shirodakashai. All these names are true. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible for Krishna. Why? Because he has this inconceivable potencies. He's omnipotent. Potent means he has these potencies. He has inconceivable potencies by which he can do anything he likes. Krishna yabe avatare sarvamsha ashraya sarvamsha asitabe Krishna milaya. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna appears, he's the shelter of all plenary parts. Thus, at that time, all his plenary portions join in him. So Krishna comes once in the day of Brahma. Krishna himself, when he comes himself, He comes once in the day of Brahma. So when he comes, all his incarnations come together with him in his form. All his incarnations, they are there with him. He's the shelter of, thus at that time, all his plenary portions join in him. They all are there. All his expansions are there in him. Ye rupe jane se taha kahe, sakala sambhave Krishne kichu mitya nahe. Okay, so this is a bit longer. I think we can get into this tomorrow. So the idea to understand is Krishna's form is not material. We have a material form right now in this material world. But when Krishna comes to the material world, he comes in his own transcendental form. He comes in his own spiritual form. He does not take a material body. Similarly, when Lord Ramachandra came, and when Lord Ramachandra appeared, his form is transcendental. It's not a material form, not material. His activities, his pastimes, his paraphernalia is all transcendental. Lord Ramachandra is transcendental. Is that okay?
Yes.
Any comments?
No.
We'll stop here today. Shri Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.